Gorilla Glass is the registered trademark for an alkali-aluminosilicate sheet toughened glass manufactured by U.S. glassmaker Corning Incorporated. Engineered for a combination of thinness, lightness, and damage resistance, it is used primarily as the cover glass for portable electronic devices including mobile phones, portable media players, laptop computer displays, and some television screens. It is manufactured through immersion in a molten alkaline salt bath using ion exchange to produce compressive residual stress at the surface. This prevents cracks from propagating. For a crack to start, it will first have to overcome this compressive stress. History: Corning experimented with chemically strengthened glass in 1960, as part of a Project Muscle initiative. Within a few years it had developed a muscled glass it named chemical glass. The product was used until the early 1990s in various commercial and industrial applications, including automotive, aviation and pharmaceutical uses, with particular use in approximately 100 1968 Dodge Dart and Plymouth Barracuda racing cars, where minimizing the vehicle's weight is essential. Development: Corning further developed the material for a variety of smartphones and other consumer electronics devices for a range of companies. The manufacturer, Corning Incorporated, says that Gorilla Glass material's primary properties are its high scratch resistance, and its hardness, which allows thin glass without fragility. The material can also be recycled. Gorilla Glass by 2010 had been used in approximately 20% of mobile handsets worldwide, about 200 million units. The second generation, called Gorilla Glass 2, was introduced in 2012. On October 24, 2012, Corning announced that over 1 billion mobile devices used Gorilla Glass. Gorilla Glass 2 is 20% thinner than the original Gorilla Glass. In 2012 Corning introduced Willow Glass, a flexible glass based on borosilicate glass, designed for use as a display substrate and recommended for use with Gorilla Glass as cover glass. Gorilla Glass 3 was introduced at CES 2013. Gorilla Glass 3 is up to 3 times more damage resistant than Gorilla Glass 2, being better able to resist the deep scratches that weaken glass. It is also more flexible. Gorilla Glass 3 is claimed to be 40% more scratch resistant. This is Corning's first glass to be designed through an atomic scale modeling before anything was melted in laboratories, the optimal composition being predicted using rigidity theory. Corning has indicated that other areas of interest in future improvements include making it less reflective and less susceptible to fingerprint smudges, as well as changing the surface treatments and the way it is finished. Manufacture: During its manufacture, Gorilla Glass is toughened by ion exchange. The material is submersed in molten potassium salt at a temperature of approximately 400 °C, whereby smaller sodium ions leave the glass to be replaced by larger potassium ions from the salt bath. The larger ions occupy more space and are pressed together when the glass cools, causing potassium ions to diffuse far into the surface, thereby creating a surface layer of high compressive stress deep into the glass, a layer more resistant to damage from everyday use. Corning manufactures Gorilla Glass in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, Asan and in Taiwan. Related Corning Glass Technologies: On October 26, 2011, Corning announced the commercial launch of Lotus Glass, designed for OLED and next-generation LCD displays. The intrinsic thermal consistency of Lotus Glass allows it to retain its shape and quality during high-temperature processing. Decreased compaction and variation during the crystallization and activation step further reduces stress and distortions to the substrate. This enables tighter design rules and advanced backplanes for higher resolution and faster response time. According to Corning, Gorilla Glass is specifically a cover glass for the exterior of display devices, while Lotus Glass is designed as a glass substrate to be used within liquid crystal display panels. In other words, a product could use both Gorilla Glass and Lotus Glass. On February 2, 2012, Corning Incorporated and Samsung Mobile Display Company, Limited signed an agreement to establish a new equity venture for the manufacture of specialty glass substrates for the organic light-emitting diode device markets in Korea. The joint venture is based on Lotus Glass. See also, List of devices with Gorilla Glass, Schott AG's 2012 aluminosilicate cover glass sensation, claimed to be break and scratch resistant, and to have 20% higher bending strength than competitor glass types. Dragon Trail, references. External links, official website, Lotus Glass, Corninger. Why Glass Breaks on YouTube.